To the neighbors he was a model father, a respected contractor, a devoted churchgoer. But inside the Miller home in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, something monstrous was taking place. This is the story of how manipulation, betrayal, and abuse tore a family apart and shocked an entire town. You're watching Behind the Crime. Waynesboro was the kind of town where everyone knew your name. Quiet streets, front porches, Sunday service. And at the heart of it all, the Millers. John Miller, 42, ran a thriving home renovation business. And his wife, a substitute teacher known for her warmth. And Emily, 16, shy, gifted, and always respectful. They were the perfect family, or so it seemed. But behind the front door, there were cracks, subtle ones, and had grown distant, tired. Her friends noticed. She'd recently started therapy. John, meanwhile, had grown possessive of Emily, overprotective, inappropriate. At school, Emily stopped laughing. She walked with her head down, and she never had friends over anymore. No one asked why, and first noticed it in the little things. John standing too close, touching Emily's hair, sitting a little too long on her bed at night. And then, the messages. Late one night and picked up Emily's old phone, and what she found chilled her. Messages from John. Long, emotional, controlling. You don't need anyone but me. She just wants to take you away. You're my everything. And confronted him. The argument that followed shook the walls. Neighbors reported shouting, crashing, and then silence. That was the last time anyone saw Anna alive. John reported and missing the next morning. Said she just left after their argument. That she needed space. That she'd done it before. But something felt off. Anne's car? Still in the driveway. Her phone? Wallet? All untouched. And no one, not even her sister or therapist, had heard a word. Police launched a missing person case. John acted concerned. Cooperative. Calm. Too calm. 10 days later, a cadaver dog alerted near the backyard shed. Beneath a freshly poured slab of concrete, they found Anne, wrapped in a tarp, buried just 3 feet deep. She had been strangled. John was arrested later that day at a gas station. He didn't resist. And he didn't speak a word. Emily was placed in protective custody. At first she wouldn't talk. Couldn't talk. But therapy, time, and safety gave her strength. And then, the truth spilled out. John had been grooming her since she was 13. It began with praise. Then gifts. Then secrets. He convinced her she was special. That Anne didn't understand her. He made Emily feel loved, and alone. She was confused, trapped, terrified. When Anne confronted him, Emily heard the fight. He told her Anne had left. But Emily knew better. She just didn't know what to do. John Miller's trial began in May 2024. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, neighbors, victims, advocates. The town wanted justice. Emily, just 17, took the stand. Her testimony was devastating. She spoke of manipulation, coercion, control, of isolation, and of the night her mother died. The prosecution painted John as a master manipulator. Cold, calculated, evil. The defense tried to argue mental strain. But no one bought it. 4 hours. That's all it took. The jury returned a verdict. On all counts. John Miller was sentenced to life without parole. Anne Miller's funeral was private. Her sister, friends, and students gathered to honor her memory. But the air was heavy, not just with grief, but with disbelief. Emily moved out of state. Changed her name. She's in college now, studying psychology. She speaks publicly on coercive abuse, on grooming, and on how the people we fear the most are often the ones who wear the warmest smiles. Her story is one of tragedy and survival. Sometimes, the most terrifying monsters don't lurk in shadows. They sit across from us at dinner. They tell us they love us. The Miller tragedy isn't just a crime story. It's a warning. About silence. About control. About the darkness behind the walls we trust most. This was Behind the Crime. If this story moved you, if it left you stunned, questioning, or just wanting to know more, subscribe for more gripping, haunting, and true-to-life crime documentaries like this. We bring you stories that aren't just meant to be heard. They're meant to be remembered. Hit the bell icon so you never miss what's coming next. Because the truth doesn't whisper, it echoes.